In the heart of the city, where dreams come alive, B-Up's on the mic with that fire in his eyes. From the court to the field, every game, every fight, he's the voice of the struggle under stadium lights. He's seen the highs and the lows, the wins and the pain, every triumph and tear, every loss in the rain. But through it all, he stands tall, never backs down, with a heart full of love for this sports-loving town. Sports talk we watch, where the passion runs deep.
Hello friends, I'm Bernard Watts of Sports Talk with B. Watts. I paused for a few minutes just to come and talk to you about the quarterback, Shedeur Sanders, getting ready to enter the NFL draft. If your franchise need a franchise quarterback, I'm telling you, Shedeur is the guy. Great feet work, great pocket presence, strong arm, quick release, toughness. He led Colorado into a winning program before he left. And also, if you go back and look at the videos, do your homework, look at him at Jackson State. The escapability, the running ability. I'm telling you right now, Shedeur Sanders is the franchise quarterback. All you got to do is just look at the tapes, and you'll see that Shedeur Sanders is him. You heard it right here on Sports Talk with B. Watts. By the
BJ Green, we go way back. BJ Green played for me for the Truth, I think when he was 5 and 6 years old and 7 and 8 or something like that. Then he moved to Atlanta and played for our Truth teams there. I've been knowing this family and this young man for quite some time. He's a dog. He was a dog for day one. We used to call him Shoes Untied. Never tied his shoes, but he didn't care because he was on a mission to seek and destroy. Tremendous athlete, tremendous amount of intelligence, has a motor, and this guy can play the game. Jimmy Horn Jr. God, I love this young man to life. I feel like he's one of my own kids, man. Fast, quick. After his second step, he's at full speed, can catch, can get vertical, ain't scared of that smoke, ain't scared of that fire. He could block, he could give it to you on special teams, complete package, and he can route you up. You would be a fool not to call his name during the draft.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, how y'all doing? How y'all doing on a Wednesday night? Eastern time, at 8 p.m. Eastern time, you're watching Sports Talk with B. Watts. I'm your host tonight, Bernard Watts. I want to thank all of you for tuning in right now. If you don't mind, do me a favor, hit that like button. Subscribe to my channel if you have never subscribed, and also hit that bell notification. It'll let you know whenever I go live or drop a video. I appreciate you for doing that. And if you own a business, if you would like to advertise or sponsor Wednesday night show, the information is strolling at the bottom of the screen. Contact me. My email address, cbwatts1@aol.com. Thank you for doing that. Well, hey, got a good, quick show for you tonight. 1 hour. As these say, 1 hour. And that's what we're going to do. All right? Check this out. But first of all, let me acknowledge some of my guests that's down in the chat before we get started. Talk about the Colorado roster update that recently just came out earlier today. Let's see who we got in here. Jonathan G. That's a new name. Always good to have new people over here. Welcome to the show. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Miss Harris, how you doing? Faithful one. William Hopkins, faithful one. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. MN, what's going on? You a insider be what? No, I'm not an insider. No, sir. No, ma'am. TM, what's going on? How you doing? Appreciate you. Miss Harris saying hello to Jonathan. Who we got here? Miss Debbie Garcia. There she is. How you doing tonight? Appreciate you. My girl, I love CC. Man, what a name. What a name. What a name. Year 3. Year 3. I love CC. There she is, my girl, Miss V. How you doing? All right, Miss Selma Johnson. It's that time talking sports. What's going on, Miss Johnson? Happy birthday to you. I want to tell everybody in the chat, Miss Johnson just recently celebrated her birthday. She let me know through messages, and tonight we want to say happy birthday to her, if y'all don't mind. If you're in the chat and if you're tuning in right now, do me a favor. Tell Miss Selma Johnson happy birthday. We are family over here. Happy birthday, dog. Wish you nothing but the best. All right, Miss Harris, North Side, what's going on? How you feeling? How you feeling? How you feeling? Look, but you was right, B. White. I'm always right. Don't never get that twisted. That JR them one who got it twisted. Yeah, he in the background. I'm finna bring him up. Yeah, that I don't know. Look, bucket. I got to give it to you too. At least you with me. At least you every now and then, little bucket. You don't start to get on the B Watch train. Me and you start. Boy, I might have to make you a part on my show. Appreciate you, Buck. Miss Sam Johnson, I got a lot going on. Okay, we praying for you, darling. Hey, I got a lot going on too. Something just hit me just a while ago, and I got to go take care of it. TC, what's going on? How you doing? H-Town in the house. Blessed Budget, what's going on? Son of Yahweh. Rolling with Ben. What's going on, Miss Barbara Foster? How you doing, Miss Foster? Appreciate you as always. Tim, Scott, appreciate you. Appreciate you. Who we got here? My girl, the boss lady. Boss lady. I ain't gonna be able to make that first game. They should have never switched that thing to Friday. I'm about to try to find a Saturday game. I can't do the Fridays. Yeah, she ain't gonna let me do that. Yeah. I ain't gonna be able to make that Georgia Tech game, but we're gonna do a live show during that game. Alfaru, what's up, bro? Doing okay? Appreciate you stopping by tonight, man. William Hopkins, I'm gonna say hello to everybody right now. Got JR back there so I can bring up D Stove. What's going on? My girl, Maria X. How you doing tonight? We got a good show. We ain't gonna be alone because the Lakers and the Dallas Mavericks are on, and I just hope my Dallas Mavericks pull this thing through. Yeah, everybody make sure. Yeah, everybody tell Miss Selma Johnson happy birthday. We family. Appreciate y'all for telling her that. Yep. Just don't know. Those messages that y'all sending Miss Johnson go a long way. She said she been dealing with a lot too. Yeah, I know. I know how you feel. All right, I'm gonna bring JR boxing up and we finna get in the show. We're gonna hold y'all along. All right. Appreciate the brother. As always, my dog. Missing in action himself. He got a look bucket. He got a nerve to show up on tonight. Until what's going on? Big dog, when you gonna trust and believe B Watt? I ain't no insider. I keep trying to tell you I'm a scout. I can look and see. Who fit in and who don't, and way Coach Prime is thinking, and which way he ain't. Then I tell you and Greg. Matter of fact, I had let it win. But you and Greg brought it up last Thursday. We ain't gonna let B Watts off this hook. I said, what you mean we ain't gonna let him off the hook? Remember what he said? I ain't gonna be the first one to hit the transfer portal, and Lord have mercy. JR, I know. Hey, it's all right, bro. It's gonna be all right. It's all right. I keep trying to tell you. I know you sung all season. We gonna run the ball. Ain't no running back. Hit the transfer portal. Marshall Faulkner told him something good. I said, what he done told him? I'll tell you what he told him. Yeah. He told Coach Brown, why you need me? Yeah. When you got a quarterback that I'm looking at, yeah, gonna get you 1,000-yard rushing. Boy, look at here. JR, tell me what's your thought.
B Watts. Let me just get it out the way early. Everybody in the chat, what up? What's going on? uh,
It crushed your heart, bro.
around 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, I received the news that IA hit the transfer portal. And no other than B. Watts was quick to let me know that I was wrong. So I'm coming up here right now to let B. Watts know, yet again, I believe this is probably my 4th time telling B. Watts he was right. Now, I don't know what insider trader information he got, like the Congress people, like insider trading with the stocks and stuff like that. I don't know. B. Watts may be tapped in, y'all, but he said he not. So I believe him. I trust his word that he not tapped in. He just, like he said, he got an eye for talent. But B. Watts, yes, you are right. That's documented 4 shows that I have to admit that you were right about this. You called it about 2 months ago. And yeah, man, I don't really have much else to say. Go ahead and get it off. Let it happen. I'm good. Just go ahead. But you was right, B. Watts. You called it. So this one hit me right here, man.
I already do it. Yeah, I tried to warn you. I already. I ain't gonna say I got inside, but it's 2 or 3 people on the inside of the building I can reach out to, and they'll let me know what's going on. And every now and then they'll say you can't say nothing about this and say nothing about that. But I can look at Marshall Faulk. You remember when Coach Prime said your players should mimic you as a coach. They should play like you and be like you. When you look at the running back room, all the running backs, same size, same height, same skills as Marshall Faulk. Everybody but Isaiah. Isaiah is a downhill running back. Get it and go. He's not a running back that can catch the ball out of the backfield. He's not a running back that blocks real well, as he have demonstrated in the past. He's not a lateral running back. He's a downhill running back, goal line running back. He can get it and go. He did good at Arkansas. I ain't going to take that from him. And I wish him well wherever he go. He just didn't fit what they want to accomplish, I think. And also, you got to remember this too. Is what you do off the field also might have something stuff to do with it. Got grades, got your attitude, team player, all that can go into it. But I promise you 100 on this, what I'm saying. And you can take and do what you usually do and come back later and tell me. Coach Ryan really ain't worried about no running back. They really ain't. They just ain't. They're just not, JR. They gonna run the ball, but they're not gonna run the ball like men. Big Warren keep telling you, boy, they finna add this thing out. Yeah. They got a quarterback they know can go get it. Now, I don't want to talk about that quarterback thing tonight. I'll let you continue to kick that can down the road again and come back later and tell me, yeah, you're right. He's a Heisman Trophy. He's a Heisman Trophy candidate. I'll let you do that. But still, let's concentrate on this running back room all night for. I got 40 more minutes. I got to go watch this Dallas game. Check this out, though, JR. You tell me, going forward, I know you ain't going to pick my guy who I told you going to be the bell cow running back. It's going to be Dallen Hayden. He done shown you in practice. They continue to show you on the videos, but can show you every day what's going to come. I know they got Michael. I know they got Charles. They do need one more running back just in case. These running backs been injured. They shown us they've been injured, right? And also you got Hood, Brandon Hood. He coming back from a ACL tear, right? So when you look at the running back room presently, which one you like, bro? Hold on, let me Afro got what's called right? Charlie led team in yards per carry last year and has a 35% of the returning production as well in the spring. Looks the best. Is he running back number 1? Now Charlie gonna be probably running back 4. He gonna get some playing time, but he's not gonna jump in the head of Dallen, Hayden, Michael, nor Brandon Hood. That's just me. Everybody got an opinion. Go ahead, JR.
Man, yeah. With the current running backs on the roster, you got DH.
JR, hold on. JR, I need your energy. Can you? I
Come
don't
on,
need
man.
this so sad. I ain't going. I need your energy, man. Okay? What you think about Marshall Faulk then? We don't want to talk about it. You don't want to talk about it. Let's go with Marshall Faulk as the coach, running back coach. What you think about him then?
Look, I mean, hey, Marshall Faulk, we know about him as the player. We don't know about him as the coach yet. That remains to be seen, right? But we know about him as the player. So you would assume that his knowledge, his expertise, his years of being around the game of football, he could be able to come in to a situation as Colorado and be able to energize, properly educate, instruct, teach, whatever you want to say, word usage to say, coach up the running backs, right? So that I believe in. I believe that he's going to come in and he's going to impart his knowledge and his wisdom on that running back room and make whoever in there as successful as possible. So that I believe in. I think he's a good hire. Regardless of what people think. I'm not all hung up on the gold jacket and stuff like that. I'm just saying, as a person of football, he seems to know a lot of football. He spent a lot of years playing football, analyzing football. I don't know his coaching record outside of CU. Maybe he did some stuff locally, but there's nothing on record, saying that he's a coach. But got to start from somewhere, and I'm sure that experience and that knowledge that he possesses will be infused into that program and all that good stuff. Now to the running backs. You asked me this question, I'm going to answer it. I'm going to give you the answer. Dallen, Hayden, DH, you got BH, Brandon Hood, and you got Charlie, and you got Micah. From the looks of it right now, it's DH. It's DH. Now I'm with you. They're going to be in this portal during the spring, and they're going to be looking for somebody to come in to challenge Dallen Hayden. Because after Dallen Hayden, you got to think that really it's no experience in the room at this point. In my opinion, look, there's no experience in the room. Dallen Hayden went to Ohio State. He didn't get a lot of burn.
Whoa.
He did.
His freshman year, he led with 600 yards.
He didn't get a lot of burn. Throughout this is what I say. Throughout his collegiate career, he hasn't had a lot of time on task on the field. Let me say that. So, and then behind him, what's the experience behind him? Michael Welch played as a freshman, but how many snaps did he get? Brandon Hayden, he didn't play. Uber talented from what we hear and from what we've seen, but he didn't play. And then you got Charlie, kind of a journeyman type situation. There's no time on task. So that's my thing, the time on task situation. So I think they're gonna look in the portal for somebody with some, with some snaps, with an abundance of snaps, because you need some experience in the room. Outside of the coaching staff, you still need experience in the room. So I think they'll probably look for somebody with some experience. That's just me. But I think DH, I think Dallen Hayden. He definitely has the body, he has the build. What worries me is his vision, but could that vision been caused by the offensive line play? For sure, for sure. And this spring, the clips that they show looks good. Remains to be seen what it looks like in the season, but we'll see. We'll see.
All right. What if I tell you, JR? What if I tell you they're not going to bring in another running back from the transfer portal? What if I tell you they going with what they have and running back number 2 will be Draylon Miller.
I mean, look, I can see that. I can see Draylon getting snaps in the backfield easily. I mean, he has the build for it. It's a position that he's used to playing when it comes to, especially his high school days. He kind of like, played all over the field when it came to the offense. Last year, he took a few snaps in the running back position. I don't know if he directly received the ball, but he took some snaps in that shotgun running back, situation. So that's another guy that they can put out there. Has a lot of snaps at receiver. I don't know how many snaps he had at running back, but he is a great athlete. So that's another guy you put back there that knows that position. So you're not too far off. So I like that.
What if I say, right there on the screen, Isaiah Hodge as a running back?
Again, another guy, another great athlete. How many?
What snaps? If I tell you, Case Salter, the quarterback?
Now, Salter, that I will say, a lot of collegiate snaps. He got a lot of snaps, a lot. So
you just want a main running back. That's what you want.
I want a guy with some experience, because what it is about, talent is talent. Not everybody's blessed to be on the same talent level, right? So you got some guys that are
only way you're gonna find a running back with the experience, you got to bring one in from high school and train him up, keep going up for his first and second and third. Them type of running backs ain't jumping in transfer portal unless you just want to jump in there and say, hey, I want to come and play for Prime and Marshall Falk. You ain't gonna find too many number one running backs on other teams jumping that transfer portal with experience. That's what you're looking for.
I'm not looking for
a running back with experience. I mean,
I'm not looking for a number one guy. I'm not looking for a number one guy.
You say you're looking for a running back with the experience. What running back is gonna jump in the portal with 3 years of experience and ran for whatever you want him to be done did? I don't know what you're looking for, really.
I mean, they've done it plenty of times.
Who?
Last year.
What running back? What running back have jumped in the transfer portal? They got playing experience.
A lot of running backs. One of the running backs in particular was a guy that they were recruiting heavy. Then he wound up going to Ole Miss, and he didn't play at Ole Miss, but he literally had a ton of snaps.
I keep talking about
ran for over 1,000 yards, and then went to Ole Miss, committed to CU, and then decommitted, and then wound up committing to Ole Miss. I can't remember his name, but the guy had a lot of experience.
I'm talking about, I understand last year. I'm talking about this year. What running back that coming back from last year that you can see jumping in the portal that gonna fit whoever you looking for? Right now, I don't think they need a running back. Colorado don't need no running back. Because there ain't gonna be no run. Let me go and help you out. It ain't gonna be no running back get 1,000 yards. That's what I'm fine. Because that's what you want. And everybody else, they're not gonna get that. They're gonna get a running back that can get 500 yards. And his only team right now, that's Dallen or Draylon Miller. The rest of it.
To me, I'm thinking about all possible scenarios. I'm not wishing this on anybody. I'm not saying that this is gonna happen, but with mobile quarterbacks, usually come injuries. That just happens. So
what now?
I said with mobile quarterbacks, usually come injuries.
K-Stalk's been playing quarterback for all time.
I understand that. I'm stating the obvious. With mobile quarterbacks, typically come injuries. So,
Lamar Jackson was a mobile quarterback at Louisville. He never got injured in college.
But
Michael Vick never did.
It's not a if, it's a win. That's how football is. It's not an if, it's a win. Football is a contact sport. When you get injured. It's not an if, it's a win. Not saying that it's going to happen, but what I'm saying is that if he is running the ball as often as you think he could be running the ball, an injury could occur. I mean, it just could happen. He could not saying the whole season, but he can miss a game.
You can use that against anybody, JR. You can use that against Jordan C. You can use that against anybody. Yeah, you can go.
But the quarterback,
sideline.
B. Watts, the quarterback is the key position. So if you look up and down the roster, who else can emulate what K-Salt can do? K-Salt go down. Juju is not the same player as K-Salt when it comes to athleticism, mobility, things like that. He's just not. He's a great thrower of the ball, great arm, good arm, lively arm, things like that. But it's just not the same. So I'm just thinking about scenarios like that. Then you'll have to look more to, all right, we probably got to hand the ball off for a game or two. Let's say he missed a game or 2 games or something like that. The offense looks completely different. It does, in my opinion. That's just from a football standpoint. Now, he can go the whole season, ball out, all that stuff. That's great. But it kind of puts you in a pigeonhole if you don't have anybody with that experience. I mean, injuries happen. It happens. It's part of football. It happens.
Okay. Now, for that running back room, my depth chart. This is how it's going to go. And you can quote me on this. You can come back and get some get back if you want to. It's going to go Dallen, Hayden, Michael, Draylon, Brandon Hood, then Charles. Majority. A
little bit different.
I'm telling you, Marshall Faulk already know identify who gonna do what. It's Dallen Hayden. He can do it all. Yeah. Blocking, running, catching. They think he's a best. I think he's gonna be the best running back.
I see it a little bit different. I see it reversed from 2 and 3. I see Dallen Hayden, Brandon Hood, Michael Welch, Draylon Miller, Charlie.
So you like Brandon Hood better than Michael Welch?
Yeah.
Okay. I might give you them, JR, tonight. I'm agree with. Okay. I like your breakaway speed.
Yeah. That's why I flipped it. I like that. That's why I flipped it like that.
He definitely can catch the ball out of the back. Yeah, he definitely can do that. Now, going forward, do the play schemes change up since your guy is no longer on the roster? You and Greg guy.
Oh man, look, here you go.
He never done called up folks and say, "Hey, I don't want to go back."
Go ahead, get it off tonight. Get it off tonight. Look, this is what I want to know. Who else you putting in the portal? It's B. Watts putting these people. Who else you putting in the portal, B. Watts? Go on, tell us. Who else you putting in the portal?
I just told me not to say that. I can't say that, bro. I can't say that no more.
Who else you putting in the portal? It's B. Watts putting these players in the portal.
I ain't putting them in the portal. I just told y'all 2 months ago we had a show. Which player that gonna hit? I looked at it before Marshall Faulk even got there. I told you it ain't gonna go like he wanted.
Yeah,
it ain't gonna go like I wanted. I'm sure he want to go to the league. He probably think, man, every practice they starting off with who? 7. He looking at that thing. Mm-hmm. He probably look how they using him. And then the thing I'm trying to tell y'all now, hold on. This thing here player probably don't play the Met. I can't say, and I won't say, but I'm just gonna put it out there. Congratulations, these 2 guys right here for being student of the week. Juju and Lightfoot, they were student of the week. Now, when that came out, that tell you enough right there. Could be them grades, man. It could be.
I don't want to put that. I don't want to put that. I don't want to put it out there either. I don't want to put that out there.
I'm just trying to tell you, man, how things go in college football.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a whole person concept when it comes to a football player. What they're looking for, grades got to be right, attitude in the room got to be right, the willingness to be unselfish, like all of that plays a part in sports. I know. I went to school, got injured, transferred, got my scholarship pool. I had to figure it out on the fly, so I understand more than anything. But in all seriousness, like I said, B. Watts, yes, I stand corrected. You were correct. You identified this early on. And playing it back, all the conversations, me, you, Greg, Uncle Steve, like all I had. Yeah, you absolutely right. Coming in, what Coach Prime said, does that player emulate, or can you see yourself in that player? Obviously, it's just not connecting there, whatever the case may be. Best of luck to Isaiah Augustave. But what I will say to answer your question, does that change the play calling? No, it doesn't change the play calling for me. I could easily say that Dallen Hayden could go for 1,000 yards this year. And I truly believe that. I truly believe that the balance, CU will be looking for more so of a balance. Because I look at it last year, the wide receiver room was so experienced with Will Shepherd, DeJounte, Travis, the Heisman Trophy winner, Jimmy Horn. Like there was so much experience there. Shador, so much experience there. Now and vice versa, you look at it, you have a quarterback with tons of collegiate experience. That's great. You look at the wide receiver room, and we lacking in that experience production. So that's why I was like, okay, so it makes sense to be more balanced for them to get off on a running game, utilize the running game, whether it's quarterback, because the quarterback will definitely open up avenues for the running back as well, which you've already mentioned, B. Watt. So that was my thought process on my thinking about it. Like, all right, we're coming in, we're gonna be young, and we're gonna lack some experience in the wide receiver room. When it comes to JoJo Williams, true freshman at Tulsa, got a lot of snaps, but still 1 year of collegiate football. My guy, he been in the program 3 years, but we've only seen him in spurts. Terrell Timmons, been in the program 2 years. And JoJo Williams already has exceeded him in snaps in his collegiate career. So, and then you bring in all those fabulous freshmen, things like that, just lacks experience. Draylon Miller, last year, 1 year of experience. So I'm looking, you got an experienced quarterback, but your wide receiver room not as experienced. So I would think you would look to be more balanced instead of airing it out like you did last year, because your experience was your quarterback and your receivers. But I still think it's going to be balanced. 1,000 yards is still achievable. Is Dallen Hayden the guy to get it? It remains to be seen, but 1,000 yards can be achievable with a balanced offense, I believe.
Okay, I give you that. I give you that. It can be achieved. I'll be shocked if it do. I really would, but it probably, it can happen. It can happen with one running back if he get enough carries, and he got to stay healthy also. Because whenever you get healthy, whenever you get injured on Coach Prime team, it's hard for you to get back out there. But that's hard, especially at that running back room. If we going off of last year, but going forward, also I noticed in the tight end Sam Hart, it didn't work out for him either. He's no longer on the roster, and it's been reported that he's gonna enter the transfer portal come the 14th. So when you look at that tight end room, where we at right there? I know certain tight ends that you don't like, but where we go from that there, JR?
Dislike is a strong word. Dislike is a strong. I didn't say I dislike him. I just said from a tight end standpoint, like it wouldn't be my first choice. But look, what I can say from a tight end standpoint, there's some experience there. Albeit, look, Savell Smalls transitioned to tight end last year. He played the whole season as tight end, so he had to learn how to be a tight end, things like that. Then you bring in Atkins. Atkins was the guy, all he's played is tight end. Has a ton of experience at a lower level, but he still has the experience to bring in. And then the job that the tight ends coach has done, his name leaves my mind right now, but he brought in a lot of guys. He brought in 2 freshmen, 2 transfer portal tight ends, and then you got Savell Smalls on the roster. So it will be a room that, they have more experience than the wide receiver room, in my opinion. With Atkins having 3 years of being a tight end, and then you got this is going to be Savell Small's second year is playing, truly a tight end position. I believe he played a little tight end in high school, but I'm not really counting that. So the tight end room, they're in a better position than they were last year for sure. And it'll probably be a position that'll be leaned on a little bit.
Okay. Go back to that running back room. Do you think they need to go to the transfer portal and get enough?
I do. I do. I think they do. I mean, unless the plan is to use Draylon and Isaiah Hodge in, spot situations. But if they run the ball 20, let's say they run the ball 15 to 20 times this year, something like that. I mean, injuries going to occur. It's going to happen. Guys get banged up. At one point in the season, we didn't have Hayden and Isaiah at the same time. They both got banged up. Like, it's just part of it. So if you look at something like that, I don't wish injury on none of them. I wish they play the whole season as fresh as possible. But, I mean, it happens. Contact sport, it happens. So Hayden goes down, then, you got Hood. Let's say Hood, ankle or something like that, whatever. Then you're at Micah. Then that's when you got to be more creative. All right, we got Micah, and we got to use Draylon, and we got to use Isaiah Hodge, and, now we got to get old faithful Charlie in the mix and things like that. So I think they bring in another guy, man. You gotta for sure show up that area. You gotta bring them in.
Okay. So no, I better not ask you that right now. I'll wait tomorrow to ask you that. When you look, let's see. They got so many young people, man. You really just don't know how they're gonna react in a real game. You know what I'm saying? In a real game, you just don't know. But I think the team overall is better than last year still. And I'm gonna go ahead on the record and say right now, I think these receivers are young. I believe they're gonna outperform last year receivers on the field for its numbers wise.
Ain't no way.
Huh?
Ain't no way.
Here we go again. Okay, here we go again. Let me break this thing down to you, JR.
No way.
Let me break it down to you. Let me break it down to you. Here we go again. Listen. Which Omarion Miller, is he capable, or do you believe he can get 1,200 yards like Travis?
Yeah. I think you can, bro.
Okay, we don't match that. We ain't got one more to match. You look at the numbers now. Jimmy, what Jimmy do last year?
I think he had 400, maybe 400 yards.
No, come on down one more.
300. Oh, 300
How many
yards.
touchdowns he had?
350, and Jimmy had 350, one touchdown, something like that.
Okay, all right, let's go to Will. What Will Shepard do?
Maybe 450, 500.
No, don't try to put no 500 in there.
I said 450 or 500.
Don't say no 500 when you don't know. You trying to hedge your back.
Oh, okay, 450. Let me just pick.
Okay, then. How many touchdowns?
Off the top, I'm gonna say 450 and maybe 6 touchdowns, something like that.
No, I think he had 4 touchdowns. All right.
4? Somebody fact check me, watch, man. Somebody fact check me, watch.
I'm telling you. Okay.
I'm going with something like 6 TDs, something like that.
Okay, I give you 6 then, even though I don't believe it was 6. Okay. You don't even remember when it was 6. All right, check this out. All right, that's 7 touchdowns between them two.
All right.
All right, let's go back up to LeJohntay. You don't think number 17, Isaiah Hodge, can match LeJohntay now?
Do I think he can? Yes. But again, it's time on. LeJohntay had a lot of time on task as a receiver. A lot.
I understand. What's going to have a lot of time on task?
This Isaiah Hodge first year hitting the field in a college game.
Okay, yeah, I know they're young. I know they're inexperienced, but I'm saying you don't think that he can catch that.
Do I think he got it? Do I think he got it? Yeah, I think he can do it. But it's a difference from thinking and then let me say this. If
The
I
team
had to
ain't
place,
played yet. They haven't, so I can't go that way.
let me say this. If I had to place a bet, would he match or exceed LeJohntay? I would take the under in
Okay.
all categories, in yards, receptions, and touchdowns. Because I'm gonna say what LeJohntay, I don't know how many touchdowns LeJohntay had, but he had a
They
few,
had
8 or
8 or
9.
9. Yeah, 8 or 9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's let me just say 8 because the one touchdown was on a return. So he had 9 total touchdowns and but 8 receiving. So if you ask me if Isaiah Hodge is capable of catching, how many balls did he catch? 91 or something like that? He was 9 away from 100.
About 9.
So 91 receptions.
Yeah.
Over 900, 970 yards, something like that. 91 receptions, 970 plus yards, 8 receiving touchdowns. Can Isaiah Hodge duplicate that? I'm taking the under. All categories. No disrespect to Isaiah Hodge. It's just I haven't seen him do anything to believe that he can get on the field and match or exceed that. That's just me.
Check this out. All right, check this out. You take Isaiah Hodge along with JoJo Williams. Put them together, stat-wise, and tell me what Isaiah Hodge can match LeJohntay on the field.
Say it again. Okay, so put JoJo and Isaiah Hodge on the same side of the field. On the same side.
No, put their stats together. You don't think they can match LeJohntay?
Yeah. Yes. You put both of them together. Yes.
All right, we're going somewhere. You with me now? Okay, we're moving on. We don't took care of them two.
Yeah.
We don't took care of LeJohntay. So you don't tell me that Draylon Miller can do what Will Shepherd did last year.
Yeah, he can.
Okay, we're moving on. We're going somewhere. Yeah. You might finna come my way, whether you know it or not. Okay, let's start with your Texans boys. We're going to put them all together. You really ain't got to put them all together to get Jimmy, right?
Oh, come on, man. Don't do J5 like that. Come on, man.
I'm giving you the facts.
I get what you're saying.
I'm giving you the facts.
I'm
trying to break it down so you can see what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Coach Prime say, I had good players last year, but I got a better team this year. So when you take Quinn Gibson, Farrakhan X, and you throw in Cal Michael, you don't think they can do together what Jimmy did?
Absolutely.
On the field, production-wise?
Yeah. They probably get that accomplished in first 4 weeks, something like that.
So
because Jimmy only had, I want to say Jimmy had like 400 some yards.
Okay, I give you that. Okay, he had 400 yards. But how many touchdowns he had?
The first game, he only had 1 touchdown though.
Oh, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying right there.
He only had 1 touchdown
on the field. You don't think they can achieve them numbers right there?
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying they're gonna be a better wide receiver group than last year for its production on the field. I know it ain't gonna be no Travis Hunter on the field. I know it ain't gonna be no LeJohntay on the field. But I'm just trying to tell you right now, for production-wise, even though they're young, as a group, they're gonna have better numbers than last year wide receiver group. I can see that now. I can see it.
Yeah, look,
say what you want to say. You ain't got to agree with me.
There's 3 guys. Look, there's 3 guys for sure that I can bank on having like major production. That's O. Because when O actually had the opportunity to get targets, i.e. the Kansas State game, i.e. the USC game, when he actually had that opportunity to get targets, he produced. So I know it's there. JoJo, true freshman at Tulsa, seemed like he was the #1 guy. he got an abundance of targets, upwards of close to like
Well,
600 yards or something like that. Yeah, close to like 600 yards or something like that his freshman year. So the arc is up for him. He going up. His trajectory is up. And then Draylon Miller, he came in, fabulous freshman, get in early amongst all the other beat out Timmons, got on the field, beat out Isaiah Hodge, got on the field. So yes, putting himself in position to do numbers like Jimmy. Honestly, I think Draylon could do the numbers that Jimmy produced this past year. Draylon could do that by himself. So, right. And then you got my Texas guys, a lot of production. Will they be able to see the field as often as they like and get targets their way? Because you're going to have guys like Amarion Miller, JoJo Williams, Draylon Miller that are probably going to command the targets first. Then after that, you got Isaiah Hodge and Cam Michael. You got guys like that will demand targets as well. So that's why you see Farrakhan probably be on punt return. Probably going to see Q6 on kick return, things like that. So I see what you're saying. Do I agree with you? No, but I see what you're saying.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
I can't be saying I agree with him and he right on everything.
I'm gonna be right on everything. I'm looking. I ain't no fan, man. I'm just looking at the team, bro. And another thing, when this transfer portal hit, they ain't going out no running back for they finna sell the house for this wide receiver.
Yeah, they
Hamilton University, 6'5", 190 pounds, Sincere Brown. And they
that's what I said. That's what I said. They need a guy. They need a guy with some height. They need a guy because you look at oh my God, he's not a burner though. Omarion JoJo Williams, a good solid player, but he's not a burner. JoJo and Omarion, those are the same guys. They got the same build. Yeah. They perform the same. So when you're looking at a taller guy, a 6'3" guy, 6'4", both. I think O is what 6'1", 6'2". JoJo probably the same. They probably 6'2". So you're looking for a 6'4" guy, 6'3", 6'4" guy, something like that. Somebody a little bit taller that can run as well and give you opportunities to have a bigger target. But like I said, JoJo and O, those are the same guys. They interchangeable. And then outside Farrakhan, the same. He built just like JoJo and O. Farrakhan built the same way.
Yep.
He kind of built more like Timmons. Right now, but he'll probably feel out to JoJo.
He the disappointment so far. I hope we get it together. Because I think they're going to that portal to replace him. And that transfer portal over up next, the 14th.
Yeah.
Some decisions gonna have to be made. Some decisions gonna be hard decisions. And they got this white guy, he's 6'4". He got a scheduled visit. And he's pretty good from looking at the tapes.
Yeah, I want to say he played at I forget the name, something. It's a school with two first names, something Henry, something like that. But look, production is production. Production is production. But you need to me, I still think they're looking for that big target. And I said that earlier, that they're gonna look for a bigger target. And then henceforth, you're looking at a 6'4" and a 6'5" guy to kind of bring in to say, hey, we need a big target in a wide receiver room. Like you need it.
They do. Yeah.
Most teams will have that on there.
Right. Yeah. You need that you need a tall receiver so your quarterback ain't got to be so accurate because he's up on all kind of pressure. Play straight down.
You got a bigger catch radius.
His catch radius is bigger.
Yeah, it's bigger.
So wherever you throw it, just in case you off a little bit, I got to stretch this way and get it, but it's still a catch.
Yeah.
instead of incomplete pass or a pass being contested.
Yep. I agree with you. Because
That would
they
help.
don't lack the speed. You got Cam Michael. You
Yeah.
have Farrakhan. You got Q
Yeah.
from six. Those are speed guys. You got
Okay,
Isaiah
let
Hart.
me stop you
Speed
right there,
guys.
Blair. Let me
You
stop
got
you right
4
there.
speed guys.
Okay, let's go back to Q6. You think he, from what I'm hearing now, this on in the inside. They say he ain't there yet.
I mean, it's to be expected. I'm not expecting him to come in, early spring and be like, boom. Like it's a lot of things, a lot of nuances to the position to learn. So, it's expected. To me, my expectation for Q6 coming into the game is going to be some simple routes. Probably some bubble screens, try to use the speed on the outside, maybe a reverse or something like that, and then a few slants across, or some shallow crossers, things like that. That's how I see Q being used as a true freshman on the field. And then in special teams, some type of kick returner or something like that. And then for Farrakhan, like I said, he fits the mold of a JoJo, a Timmons, Marion Miller. He'll be able to, do all the routes in the route tree. He's a bigger guy. He got good size, got good speed on him, things like that. So he'll be able to take advantage of getting on the field and being able to run most of the route tree. You got to protect Q6 a little bit. You have him out there running the route tree at 160 pounds, you're putting him in a position where he's not going to be the most successful. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So you put him in positions where he's going to be successful. Short game, out in space, boom, 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 boom. Use his speed, get upfield, and hopefully he break one. That's what I'm looking for at Q6.
Yeah. They probably got some package plans, some plays that he understand. I think he's struggling with the verbiage. He's struggling with the verbiage. Don't know where to line up at and all that right now. But as time, it only been 2 weeks, right?
Yeah.
I don't know when they got the playbook. But for as practice wise, it's only been 2 weeks. That's why I never count too much in spring. I always look toward the fall because your players have time. They got the playbook right now. They should have some of it, whatever Pat Sherman go install, and they should have their group sessions to know the plays and where you need to be. And them quarterbacks, Juju and K. Salton, they should know the plays so they can tell the wide receivers, this is what I'm looking for. That's why they're off time from practice, working together like Shadua and the wide receiver from the pass used to do will help a lot.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's why I'm looking at that. I got about 5 more minutes. I'm gonna let it go. But check this out. Also, I heard somebody about. Did we talk about tight ends? We don't say something about tight ends.
We did. Yeah.
Okay. So when you look, what they say? Yeah. Nah. Okay. What's up, Red? How you doing? Appreciate you. But overall, I think they about. Let me hear what you got to say. How many players you think we need out the transfer portal? Let me hear what your thoughts first.
If we go, going position to position, if I start adding it up, I'm looking. Let's start with the trenches. O-line. I think you probably need to bring in maybe 3 guys, 2 to 3, something like that. But if I were to settle on a number, I would say 3. And then defensive line, you good. Quarterback room, you good. Running back room, you bring in 1. So that put us at 4 right now. Wide receiver room, 1. That put us at 5. Cornerbacks, you probably look to bring in maybe 1. That put us at 6. The safety room, you heard the video. They said, well, who did good at the safeties? Nobody. Like, what?
Yeah.
Like, nobody. What the hell? You know what I'm saying? So
I was going to say that to tomorrow, but I was going to say that to tomorrow night. I've been trying to tell you, man.
Now look, and Carter, I trust Stoutmire. I mean, we seen the tape. I was kind of shocked when they was like nobody, and then just 2 practices ago, he intercepted the ball. But that's just one play, so it could be multiple plays. Yeah, that's just one play. It could be more. But that caught me. I was like, dang, nobody. So in the safety room, you'll probably bring in 1. So that put us at what I was at 6. That put us at 7.
No, they get more than 1, bro.
Well, you think they're gonna bring what, 2?
They might get 3.
Sheesh. Nah, I don't know about 3 now.
Okay, yeah. Who in the safety room right now? Who's in the safety room right now? Can you name them? Okay, hold on.
I want to say it's only 3. I think they only got 3.
Savion Riley, he in the transfer portal, right?
Yeah, he's gone.
All right. Yeah. So you really ain't got but.
Yeah, I think it's only 3.
You move R.J. Johnson to cornerback. All right, they don't took another safety. Bro, they got to get 3.
Well, they got Malachi Murphy. They got Ben. Then you got Tafiq and Carter. So they put them at 4. And then they got Branch. So they got 5 guys back there.
They got who?
Branch, freshman. He's a freshman from Florida. He there. Branch, Malachi Murphy, Ben, Tafiq, and Carter. So you got 5 guys back there. But you only got 2 guys really with game time experience back there. And that's Tafiq and Carter. Ben, special teams guy, and he'll probably be on special teams this year. Then you got the freshman and Malachi Murphy. So Branch the freshman, Malachi Murphy saw the team special teams. He didn't see the field like that. And then so yeah, I can see them bringing in 1 guy in the safety room. So that put me at 7. Linebackers, I actually think we good at linebacker. I actually think we good at linebacker. Unless some linebackers hitting the portal, but I think we good at linebacker. And then I think we good on the defensive line. We good. Cornerback, we can stand to bring in 1 more. So 8. I'm gonna go with 8. They need to at least look at 8 people to bring in through the transfer portal.
That's a lot of players, bro. You just named the whole team.
That 8 players. And I mean that's breaking it down by position. I'm looking at depth. I'm looking at experience. Like depth and experience. Like if you can find guys in the portal that has depth and experience, they may not start, but they got the experience to put them in a position, because you may only need them for a play or 2 or a game or 2. I'm not looking for no guy in the portal that's going to be my guy for the whole 12-game regular season. Like if you find that guy, that's a gem. So if you get him, that's great. But you're looking for depth pieces in the portal. So about 8 depth pieces, something like that.
Yeah, I heard Coach Brian tell him, what you got? I need 2 more. You know any? Yeah. 2 more cornerbacks. So that let you know he going after 2 cornerbacks.
Yeah.
And I think he need 3 safeties. At least got to get 2. At least. I'm just saying. Dang. I ain't sold on that. I still ain't sold on that. I know Stoudemire just came back. Man, I don't know about that, JR. Because I'm looking at the schedule. I'm looking at the schedule too, man. They got 4 games. Boy, that thing rough back to back, boy. Arizona State, TCU, BYU, and Iowa State.
Yeah.
So you need some safeties, bro. And they're going to get nagged up and get them injuries.
That's what I was saying.
You don't want to get caught. You don't want to get caught in that 4 game with no men back there. Safety, man.
That's what I'm saying, man.
You don't want to get caught up with that situation, bro.
That's what
I'm saying. Man. So I think Coach Hayden, I'm sure they got a plan. They don't work that out. And God, when you just start writing down the list and who your starter, then you're looking at that bag of, boy, it really ain't. It's some positions that ain't measuring up to it. It's just not. They ain't measuring up to
what we expect. the one thing about the portal, especially with the portal opening up today, the SEC, like guys that hop in that portal, I mean, they can't go SEC to SEC. So they got to land, they have to land somewhere else. So I'm sure on the big board in the recruiting office, they're probably, the coaching staff and all that already talked about needs of the team. So I'm sure they already got it up there, and as soon as people start hopping in the portal, they're identifying people. I'm sure they have already combed through the list of names that's already in the portal. And then you're going to be looking at, there's going to be some G5 guys that are going to hop in the portal as well that have tons of production. So with the Big 12 conference, not considered, the power conference like a SEC or Big 10, team or conference, something like that. There's going to be some guys that you can pull from G5. There's going to be some, some guys that maybe you get from a SEC that hit the portal and they can't go SEC. So it's out there. The talent will be out there. Now, what you do with the talent when you get in the house, you develop them. That's what you do. So.
Okay. All right. But I also got to say congratulations to.
Yes, sir.
Coach. He got him a running back coaching job at Wyoming. I think, JR, you text me that. We play Wyoming. What, the second game, don't?
Yep, September 20th.
Mike can go there.
Hey, if I go to Wyoming and run for 250 on CU, boy, you'll be sick, B. White.
Yeah, I'll be sick if I see that. I would be sick. Not because he ran it. I'll be sick because of our defense.
Like, man, what is we doing?
I said, man, I thought our defense way better than this now. Somebody gonna run 200 yards. Man, I'm happy for Coach Flea, man. That let me know right there. That let me know right there. He got forced out. Look like.
Yeah, I'm happy for Coach Flea. Coach Flea can hang this on his hat because he's not the offensive coordinator or the head coach, so he don't dictate,
right.
Who, running backs getting the ball. He's there to coach the running backs, and when they get that opportunity, they need to produce. The one thing you can say about Coach Harrell, if you look at the running backs when he was there that year, especially that first year, his running backs were getting four something yards a carry. That first year, when they went 4-8, they was getting like 4 something yards a carry. Like down the list. If you look, they had small opportunities to get that, but they were still getting about 4 yards a pop when they touched the ball. So you talking about a guy like, what was the little short guy that came in, little true freshman guy? He went to Kansas State. He'd get the ball 6 times in the game and end up with 54 yards rushing on 6 attempts, something like that. Still getting the opportunity to produce yards. And then you had who was the other running back? He wound up going to Oregon State. I forget his name, but he would same thing, get maybe 5 to 7 attempts and end up with 35, 40 yards or something like that. And so their average throughout the year was still around 4 something yards of average. So Coach Flea can hang that on his hat. Hey, my guys got the ball, they produced. They just didn't get it as often. And I don't want nobody to take this as a slight. I'm happy for him going to another FCS program, because he could have tucked his tail and he could have been like, you know what? I've already been a head coach at HBCU at Howard University. I've already been assistant head coach with Coach Prime at Jackson State. He could have easily just been like, you know what? I'm gonna go back to HBCU. He's familiar with the culture, with the programs down there. But he challenged himself. He said, all right, look, I'll find a job. I'm gonna find one. And Wyoming, believe it or not, if you watch a little Wyoming football every once in a while, they play FBS teams pretty tough most of the time when you look at them. They took Texas down to the wire one year, and I was like, Lord, what is we doing? So they play FBS teams pretty tough. So that's not going to be a team CU. I expect CU to go in there and steamroll them. But I wouldn't be shocked if it ended up like a North Dakota State game as well, where it's, it's back and forth because they're a well-coached team. So salute to Coach Flea, though, for sure.
Yeah. I'm glad to land on the feet, man, especially doing something that you love, man. And that's a good thing. I'm happy for him. I see Coach Prime retweeted that flyer over there, and that's a good thing. They brothers, man. And I think when he the running back coach down there at Jackson State also when they had Hankerson.
Wilkerson, yeah. He was running back.
Wilkerson. Oh, I thought it was Hankerson won down there with him. Oh, it was Wilkerson.
Yeah, Wilkerson. Wilkerson was down there at Jackson State. Hankerson was at CU and then went to Oregon State.
Oh, okay. All right, man. See you tomorrow night, man. Appreciate you for jumping on here and helping me out tonight, bro. You're a true soldier, bro. So you want to still talk about it tomorrow night? We can rub it. I can rub it in your nose tomorrow night too. It don't bother me. Yeah. We talking about on one subject all night. What? You know what I'm saying? But I think we're still in good shape though, JR. Like I say, I really wasn't looking too much. This for me now. I really wasn't looking too much from IA North Sam Hart this year because I just couldn't agree with you and Greg and Augustave and Coach Dre and who else? Everybody. They're not going to be a running team this year. They're just not. Yeah. I just don't think that. I just really don't think that. But once again, we'll see how it turn out. Out of 70 plays, I think, man, that running back room probably has about 20 to 25 carries a game.
Yeah,
I don't even think they might not get 70. Because when I looked at K Salt passing, he never threw over 35 times a game. I think one game in his 2 years, he threw the ball over 40 times one time. So most of his time, he like to run that route, bro. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean, look,
he showing you right there exactly what he gonna do. Coach Brown, come on back, boy. I know you're going. Come on, you ain't got to go there. You break out to the left, you hit down to the left. Don't run all the way down now, K Salt. Ain't no need you going to that end zone. We know you going.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying now, I'll be shocked. I'm being honest. I'm finna be honest right here. I'll be shocked if Coach Prime them go in that transfer portal and get another running back. With the running back they have, with Isaiah Hodge and Draylon Miller can tote that rock also.
Yeah. I mean, if that is the plan that they have in place, then they're in a good position.
Draylon say he up to 210 pounds.
Yeah. So that's
like, wait a minute. I know old Miller, your boy, he up to 210, 215. That's a big old boy. And Jordan C said he came in at 185. He up to 330.
230. Ain't no 330. Ain't no way.
I mean, no. I said Jordan C. He up to 330.
He came in at what? 185.
I mean 285. He came in at
okay. I was about to say you said 185. I like 185 to 330. God,
no, my bad. He came in at 285.
Okay,
and now he at 330.
I mean, yeah, I can see that. That's what you want. That's what you want.
Man. Yeah. So they got a massive offensive line now, man. But he's a big boy. He's a big boy. But appreciate you, JR.
All right, man.
We'll see you tomorrow night. It's your time to produce the show, and me and Steve gonna sit back and in the absence of Greg said, and we're gonna see what you do. Either you're gonna get an Oscar or you're gonna get a you're gonna have to hit that transfer port and follow I-8 to Wyoming.
Man, hey. The ink wasn't even dry on that transfer portal. Paper and B Watts send me that message. He gone, y'all.
Oh, hey, once again, I want to say happy birthday to Selma Johnson. Happy birthday to Miss Selma Johnson. Happy birthday. Appreciate you, brother. Always good to hear your commentary. Like I said yesterday, bro, you're one of the best. In spite of what I think, we might not agree on everything, but you're still one of the best in doing what you do.
Hey, man, I appreciate it, man. Hey, much love. I'll see you tomorrow, B. Watts. Everybody in the chat.
All right. Take care, brother.
All right, man.
I just want to tell everybody, we get a lot of flack about me being in the portal and all right now. We've got 3 freshmen on offense that's contributing. We got Jordan Seaton, Michael Welch, and Draylon Miller. So don't let anybody out there tell you we're not recruiting high school players. We're recruiting elite high school players to come here because we're looking for guys that can play immediately. We're not looking for guys to come here in red shirt and sit on the bench and play. We're looking for guys to come here and play now.